We open with a close-up, a cracked dashboard, a cell phone showing just 9% battery, and two faces lit by that weak glow. The wind moves dead leaves against the car door. Somewhere far off, there's a slow, rasping moan, the sound of trouble that never really goes away. It's short and sharp. We cut between the car's stalled engine and the faces of Mickey and Ben. The situation is shown through small, vivid details. A can of water, half empty like a nearly finished soda. 3 days left, roughly 72 hours. A ripped map with a coffee stain where someone once spilled a dream. The engine won't turn over, only a sad clunk. Ben, low and practical, says, "We can't stay. We're out of time." Mickey, soft and scared, replies, "3 days, Ben. That's all we've got." The pacing feels like a heartbeat, short shots, a steady ticking in the soundtrack, and a camera that breathes with the two men. The ticking isn't just sound design, it's the clock of their lives. Food, water, and options slipping away. Compare it to something every day. 3 days is like missing weekend meals and 2 school days. It sounds small, but it's huge when you're alone and hunted. The scene ends on a single driving question. Will they get out before everything goes wrong? That question is the hand you hold through the whole video. It sets the urgency and leads directly into why these two men matter. Before the world fell apart, Mickey and Ben were just two baseball buddies. They argued about batting stats, teased each other after games, and dreamed about weekend road trips. Then came the virus, a fast, merciless outbreak that turned cities into graveyards overnight. Governments fell, social media died, and cell towers went silent. Now New England's peaceful forests are graveyards of burnt cars and old memories. Mickey still wears his faded team cap, a small reminder of life before the apocalypse. Ben, tougher and more grounded, has accepted that the world they knew is gone. The contrast between them is striking. One clings to the past, the other survives for the next sunrise. It's not just a zombie story. It's about what happens when friendship is all that's left to keep you human. Their bond is the last living thing in a dead world. Ben has become the kind of person the new world demands, sharp, cold, and always alert. He can kill a zombie with a broken shovel and turn scrap metal into traps. His instincts are like a soldier's: move fast, waste nothing, trust no one. Mickey, on the other hand, hasn't adjusted. He still listens to old music through his headphones, shutting out the screams and chaos outside. Where Ben sees threats, Mickey sees ghosts of the past. Families, homes, laughter that used to fill the air. Their partnership works only because they need each other. Ben keeps them alive. Mickey keeps them sane. It's like pairing a soldier and a poet in the middle of war. Two sides of survival. But as days pass, their differences grow heavier, hinting that one day those same differences might tear them apart. After days of walking through forests and abandoned roads, the two friends finally spot something rare. A car that isn't rusted or stripped clean. Hope flashes across Mickey's face, but it dies the moment a zombie woman crawls out of the driver's seat. Her skin hangs loose, her eyes dull, but she still moves with hunger. Ben reacts instantly. One quick shot, and it's over. For a moment, silence returns, heavy and cold. Then, the impossible happens. The engine starts. The growl of that motor sounds like a miracle in a dead world. They laugh, the first real laughter in weeks. But the victory feels uneasy. The woman's body still lies in the dirt, and the road ahead looks endless. It's a rare stroke of luck, yes, but in this world, luck always comes with a price. They just don't know what it is yet. Mickey suggests a detour. His ex-girlfriend's house isn't far, and maybe it still holds supplies. Ben grumbles but agrees. Food is food. The place is quiet, frozen in time. Dust-covered photos line the shelves, and the air still smells faintly of perfume. As Ben searches rooms for anything useful, batteries, canned goods, tools, Mickey drifts into memory. He sits on her bed, finds a music disc, and presses it to his chest like a lost treasure. He even sniffs her clothes, chasing the feeling of normal life. Meanwhile, Ben finds 2 walkie-talkies, a real survival win. But when he returns, he's frustrated. "You're smelling shirts while I'm finding ways to live," he snaps. Their priorities clash again. Mickey chasing feelings, Ben chasing survival. One man wants comfort, the other safety. The difference feels small now, but in a world ruled by death, small differences can kill. Later that night, Mickey loads new batteries into the walkie-talkies. Static fills the silence. That harsh, lonely sound that's almost comforting when you haven't heard another human in weeks. Then, through the noise, a voice breaks in. It's faint, but real. People talking casually about food, chores, even movie nights. It's like overhearing ghosts from the old world. Mickey's heart races. He grabs the radio and calls out, desperate to connect. A man's voice snaps back, warning him to stay off the channel. No room for outsiders. But then another voice, softer, female, Annie, cuts through. She sounds kind, almost curious. For the first time in months, Mickey feels a spark of hope. Real people, real life. But just as quickly as it came, the connection dies. Static returns. Hope fades. And Ben's face says it all. Forget them. They'll only get us killed. Mickey can't let go of the voices. That brief radio contact becomes his lifeline, proof that somewhere out there, people are still living, laughing, maybe even rebuilding. Every night he tries again, whispering Annie's name into the static. Ben watches silently, annoyed but not surprised. He's seen this before, hope turning into weakness. To Ben, survival is simple math. Movement equals life, staying still equals death. He reminds Mickey of what happened when they hid out at his family's house for 3 long months. The food ran out, the smell of fear grew thick, and in the end, the zombies broke in. Only the 2 of them made it out alive. But Mickey doesn't care about rules anymore. He's tired of just surviving. He wants to live. That difference between endurance and hope becomes the quiet crack forming in their friendship, one that's about to split wide open. So, a few days later, the 2 of them, they stumble upon this old roadside motel, its neon sign flickering faintly in the dusk. Ben insists they check for supplies, but Mickey hesitates. The silence inside feels heavy, just wrong somehow. As they explore, suddenly there's this crash, and Mickey bolts. Zombies, locked in one of the rooms, burst right through a rotten door. Ben reacts instantly, pulling Mickey behind him and, taking them down one by one. The air fills with gunshots and, honestly, the smell of decay. When it's over, Ben's panting but calm, Mickey's shaking uncontrollably. It hits him. Until now, Ben has always been his shield. He's never really faced a zombie before. Later, while Ben washes blood off his hands, Mickey just stares at his reflection in a cracked mirror. His eyes are hollow, filled with the fear of a man who finally understands that, no one is coming to save him. That night, Ben decides Mickey has to toughen up. He actually captures a lone zombie wandering near the motel and locks it inside a room. Then, while Mickey sleeps, Ben quietly leaves a baseball bat beside him and opens the door. Moments later, Mickey wakes to the sound of shuffling feet, and the sight of death just inches away. He screams for help, but Ben's voice from outside is cold. "You've got this. Handle it." What follows is chaos. Crashes, grunts, and the sickening thud of wood hitting bone. When the noise finally stops, Mickey stands there trembling, drenched in blood, breathing like he's just run a marathon. Ben opens the door and sees what he wanted, fear replaced by fire. Mickey has finally killed his first zombie. But honestly, it's not a victory he'll celebrate. Something inside him has broken, and survival has officially changed him forever. The next day, an abandoned car appears right in the middle of the road. Ben plans to siphon the gas, but, the hood is still warm. Someone's nearby. Before they can even react, a stranger emerges and grabs Mickey, pressing a knife to his throat. Panic just floods the air. The man demands the car keys, saying he was promised provisions and a truck, but was betrayed. Ben tries to reason, offering the keys in exchange for Mickey's safety. But the stranger doesn't notice the keys are actually in Ben's back pocket, not the ignition. In a tense, split-second decision, Ben shoots him. Mickey reels in shock, not just from the danger, but from the weight of Ben's action. This moment isn't just about survival. It's about morality in a dead world. Trust is fragile, mistakes are fatal, and choices, well, they're permanent. The road ahead is now darker, with danger not just from zombies, but from humans too. Soon after, a car approaches. A woman's voice calls out, calm, controlled, and the group emerges. Mickey instantly recognizes Annie, the voice from the radio. Relief turns to dread as she shoots Ben in the leg and takes their keys, asserting dominance. The couple now faces human threats that are just as deadly as the undead. Annie's group isn't here to negotiate. They enforce rules. She warns them not to follow to the camp, showing the harsh, organized side of survival. Mickey's hope clashes with reality. The camp isn't a paradise, and his naivety could cost them their lives. Ben, though wounded, quickly evaluates the threat and stays alert. This confrontation shifts the story from mere survival to strategic thinking. The friends realize the dead aren't their only problem. Living humans, with motives and power, can be far more dangerous than zombies. It's a turning point in trust and strategy. Night falls, and the two friends are trapped inside their car as a horde of starving zombies surrounds them. Ben's leg slows him, and escape seems impossible. They rock the car, shout, and try to keep fear at bay, but supplies are running out, and every minute feels like an eternity. Mickey attempts to retrieve the keys outside, but a zombie bites him. Panic sets in as the reality hits. He's infected. Tears, desperation, and whispered pleas fill the night. Ben faces the only choice he can, to save the world from losing another. He shoots Mickey in the head. The sound echoes, leaving a painful silence. Ben is left alone, grief-stricken, yet clear-headed. Survival is now more personal than ever. It's no longer just about hunger or zombies. It's about vengeance, guilt, and carrying the weight of impossible decisions. The stakes of life and death have never been higher. In the days that follow, Ben limps down empty roads carrying the weight of his friend's death. Supplies are scarce, weapons limited, and zombies never far behind. Yet, for the first time, he has a conscious goal: vengeance against Annie and her group. Every step, every labored breath reminds him of Mickey and the choices that shaped their journey. He radios Annie, recounting past tricks and survival tactics, a mix of strategy and warning. In the background, Mickey's music still plays faintly from the car, a haunting reminder of lost companionship. Despite exhaustion, fear, and pain, Ben moves forward, driven by loyalty and the desire to right what he sees as betrayal. Survival isn't just about fighting the dead. It's about confronting human choices, morality, and friendship. So imagine yourself in Ben's shoes for a moment. What would you do? Feel free to comment and subscribe for the continuation of this relentless, gripping journey.